Two young stars set to light up Stamford Bridge. Why Chelsea fans should be excited about Estevao and Hato. Have you ever watched a young player and thought this kid is going to be special? Well, Chelsea fans are about to experience that feeling twice over. The Blues have been busy securing two of the most promising young talents in world football, and both are finally ready to pull on the famous blue shirt. While other clubs have been spending big on established stars, Chelsea has taken a different approach. They have invested in the future by bringing in 18-year-old Brazilian sensation Estevao Willian and 19-year-old Dutch defender Jorrel Hato. These are not just any young players, these are two talents that have been making headlines across Europe for all the right reasons. The question is simple: are you ready to witness the next chapter of Chelsea's exciting journey? The long wait is almost over, Estevao's time has come. Remember when Chelsea announced they had signed Estevao Willian? That was over a year ago, and fans have been waiting patiently to see what all the fuss was about. The wait is finally coming to an end, and everything we have seen suggests it will be worth every minute. Chelsea paid Palmeiras £29 million for the Brazilian winger, with add-ons that could take the total fee to £51 million. That is a lot of money for any player, let alone a teenager. But here is the thing: Chelsea believes they have gotten themselves a bargain. And when you look at what Estevao has been doing in Brazil, it is easy to see why. What makes Estevao so special? The numbers tell part of the story. Last season in Serie A, Estevao scored 13 goals and provided 9 assists. Those are impressive stats for any player, but for someone who was just 17 at the time? That is extraordinary. But statistics only tell you so much. What really caught Chelsea's attention was how Estevao performed on the biggest stages. The Club World Cup in America gave European fans their first real chance to see him play full matches live. And what did he do? He delivered man-of-the-match performances against top European opposition. Here is something that will make Chelsea fans smile. Estevao's last goal for Palmeiras actually came against Chelsea at that very same Club World Cup. Talk about making an impression on your future employers. The tournament was Estevao's first real test at the highest level, and he passed with flying colors. It showed everyone why Chelsea wants him in manager Enzo Maresca's senior squad right away, rather than sending him to the youth teams. The family behind the star. What makes Estevao even more likable is his down-to-earth personality and strong family values. When Cole Palmer met him recently, they discovered a small problem: Estevao does not speak much English yet. But guess who helps him out with that? His little sister. "My little sister, she speaks more English than me," Estevao admitted in a recent interview. "Esta is smart, too smart. She knows more about my life than I do." This is where it gets really interesting. Estevao revealed that his sister knows more about his contracts than he does because she attends all the meetings while he stays away from most of them. Can you imagine being 18 years old and having your younger sister handle your multi-million-pound contract negotiations? It shows just how much he trusts his family and how grounded he remains despite all the attention. But it is not just his sister who plays a big role in his life. His parents have been crucial to his development both as a player and as a person. The making of a star, from Franca to London. Estevao's journey to Chelsea started in Franca, Brazil, where basketball was actually the most popular sport. His original dream was not to play football at all, he wanted to be a basketball player. So how did he end up as one of the most sought-after footballers in the world? The answer lies with his father, who was a goalkeeper himself. "My father was a goalkeeper," Estevao explains. "He tried to be an athlete. It didn't work out for him. We joke that he taught me how to strike a ball. So that strike on goal against Chelsea, he taught me." That is right, the goal that Estevao scored against Chelsea at the Club World Cup came from techniques his father taught him. There is something beautifully poetic about that. His mother has been equally important in shaping the young man he has become. "My mum is everything to me," Estevao said. "I say my dad is in sports, my mum is in education. Everything I am, everything I've learned today is because of her." Even now, as a professional footballer earning millions, his mother still makes sure he focuses on his studies. "To this day, man, she still picks on me to study. So she's always on my back," he laughs. This strong family foundation is exactly what Chelsea wants to see in their young players. It suggests that Estevao will not be overwhelmed by the pressure and attention that comes with playing for one of the world's biggest clubs. The path to Stamford Bridge. Estevao's football journey has been carefully planned from a young age. He started in Franca, then moved to Cruzeiro when he was just 8 years old. He stayed there until he turned 14, when Palmeiras came calling. Now, at 18, he is making the biggest move of his life to Chelsea. Each step has prepared him for the next level, and his performances suggest he is ready for the Premier League challenge. The fact that Chelsea wants him in the first team immediately, rather than loaning him out or putting him in the reserves, shows how highly they rate his abilities. What can Chelsea fans expect? With just over 2 weeks until his potential competitive debut, Estevao cannot hide his excitement. "I seriously can't wait to wear the Chelsea jersey," he says with a huge smile. "To represent Chelsea, you know? It's something that, especially now that there's the Champions League, there will be important championships, the Premier League. I can't wait. I'm so excited." He even admits that time seems to be moving slowly because he is so eager to get started. "It seems like even the days are slow to pass. It seems that the clock has stopped. But I'm really anxious. I hope everything works out. I hope I can build an incredible story and make Chelsea fans very proud." And his message directly to the fans? "Chelsea fans, can't wait to meet you guys. See you soon." This is not just media training talking. You can hear the genuine excitement in his voice. This is a young man who truly wants to be at Chelsea and is ready to give everything for the shirt. Chelsea will be careful with how they manage his development, but they clearly have high hopes for the impact he can make sooner rather than later. The club has invested heavily in him, and early signs suggest they have found not just a talented player, but also a mature and grounded individual who will not be overwhelmed by the big stage. The Dutch defender, Jorrel Hato, joins the Blues. While everyone has been talking about Estevao, Chelsea quietly completed another signing that could be just as important for their future. Jorrel Hato, the 19-year-old Dutch defender, has joined from Ajax on a contract that runs until 2032. This is a signing that shows Chelsea's long-term thinking. At just 19, Hato already has 6 caps for the Netherlands national team and has been a regular starter for Ajax. That level of experience at such a young age is rare, and it explains why Chelsea moved quickly to secure his signature. From Rotterdam to Stamford Bridge. Hato's story starts in Rotterdam, where he began playing for local side Sparta. Like many Dutch players, he eventually found his way to Ajax's famous youth academy in 2018. By 2022, at just 16, he had signed his first professional contract and was already making waves in both the UEFA Youth League and for Jong Ajax, the club's reserve team. But here is where his story becomes really impressive. In February 2023, still aged just 16, Hato became the third youngest player ever to make his Eredivisie debut for Ajax. The match was against Cambuur, and it marked the beginning of what would be a rapid rise through the ranks. By the end of that same season, he was starting in the Dutch Cup final. Think about that for a moment. He went from making his professional debut to starting in a major final in the space of just a few months. That kind of progression shows not just talent, but also incredible mental strength and maturity. A leader beyond his years. What makes Hato special is not just his playing ability, but his leadership qualities. Ajax made him captain at just 17 years old. When a club like Ajax, with all their history and tradition, gives the captain's armband to a teenager, you know you are dealing with someone special. This leadership has continued on the international stage. Hato made his senior debut for the Netherlands aged 17 and has since earned 6 caps. This summer, he captained the Dutch side at the UEFA Under-21 European Championship. Leading your country at any level is an honor, but to do it as a teenager shows the level of respect he commands from teammates and coaches. What does Hato bring to Chelsea? Hato is what modern football calls a versatile defender. He is equally comfortable playing as a centre-back or as a left-back, and he featured most often in the left-back position during the season just gone. This flexibility will be valuable for Chelsea, giving manager Enzo Maresca different tactical options. His playing style fits perfectly with what modern football demands from defenders. He is strong in the tackle, which means he can handle the physical side of the Premier League. But he is also comfortable carrying the ball forward, something that is crucial in today's game where defenders need to contribute to the attack. Since the start of the 2023-24 season, Hato has been virtually ever present in the Ajax side. That kind of consistency and reliability is exactly what Chelsea needs as they look to build a solid defensive foundation for the future. The perfect age for development. At 19, Hato is at the perfect age to adapt to a new league and continue his development. He is young enough to improve significantly, but old enough to handle the pressure of playing for a big club like Chelsea. His experience with Ajax and the Netherlands national team means he will not be overawed by the big stage. The length of his contract, running until 2032, shows that Chelsea sees him as a long-term solution rather than a quick fix. This is a player they expect to be a key part of their team for many years to come. Why these signings make perfect sense for Chelsea. You might be wondering why Chelsea is focusing so heavily on young players when other top clubs are buying established stars. The answer lies in the club's long-term strategy and the lessons they have learned from recent seasons. Building for the future. Chelsea has always been known for having one of the best youth academies in world football. Players like Mason Mount, Reece James, and Levi Colwill all came through the system and became first-team regulars. By signing young talents like Estevao and Hato, Chelsea is continuing this tradition while adding international experience and proven quality. Both players have already shown they can perform at the highest level for their respective clubs and countries. This is not about potential alone, these are players who have already delivered when it matters most. Financial sense. From a financial perspective, these signings make a lot of sense. Both players are young enough to have significant resale value if things do not work out, but more importantly, they could become key players for Chelsea for the next decade or more. The Premier League's financial regulations mean clubs need to be smart about their spending. Investing in young talent that can grow with the club is often better than spending huge sums on players who might only have a few years left at the top level. Perfect timing. The timing of both signings could not be better. Chelsea has a young squad that is finding its identity under Enzo Maresca. Adding more young, hungry players who are eager to prove themselves could create a really positive dynamic within the group. Both Estevao and Hato are at the age where they can learn from more experienced players while also bringing fresh energy and ideas to the team. This mix of youth and experience often produces the best results. What to expect in the coming weeks? Chelsea fans have plenty to look forward to in the coming weeks. Both players are expected to be involved in the upcoming friendlies against Bayer Leverkusen and Milan at Stamford Bridge. These matches will give supporters their first chance to see the new signings in action. For Estevao, these friendlies represent his first opportunity to play at Stamford Bridge. Given how excited he is about wearing the Chelsea shirt, expect him to be desperate to make a good impression. His pace and creativity could cause problems for any defense, even in friendly matches. Hato's defensive solidity and leadership qualities should be evident from the start. His experience of playing in big matches for Ajax and the Netherlands means he should settle in quickly. The integration process. Chelsea will be careful about how they integrate both players into the first team. While they clearly rate both highly, the club knows that moving to a new country and a new league can be challenging for young players. The good news is that Chelsea has experience of helping young international players settle in. The club's support structure is designed to help players adapt both on and off the pitch. For Estevao, the language barrier might be a short-term challenge, but his positive attitude and strong family support should help him overcome this quickly. For Hato, his English should be better given that Dutch players often speak multiple languages, and his international experience will help him adapt to the physical demands of English football. The bigger picture, Chelsea's vision. These signings are part of a bigger vision at Chelsea. The club wants to build a team that can compete at the highest level for years to come, not just for 1 or 2 seasons. By investing in young talent like Estevao and Hato, they are laying the foundations for sustained success. Both players fit the profile of what Chelsea is looking for: young, talented, ambitious, and with the right character to handle the pressure of playing for a big club. They have both shown maturity beyond their years and have the support systems in place to help them succeed. Competition for places. The arrival of both players will create healthy competition within the squad. Estevao will be competing with established wingers for a place in the team, while Hato will be fighting for a spot in a defense that already has quality options. This competition should bring out the best in everyone. Existing players will know they need to maintain high standards to keep their places, while the new signings will be motivated to prove they deserve to be at Chelsea. European ambitions. With Chelsea back in European competition, having a deeper squad with quality options becomes even more important. Both Estevao and Hato have experience of playing in European tournaments, which could be valuable as the season progresses. The Champions League nights at Stamford Bridge are special occasions, and both players will be eager to make their mark on this stage. Their youth and fearlessness could be exactly what Chelsea needs in the big moments. Looking ahead, what success would look like. So what would success look like for both players in their first season at Chelsea? For Estevao, the hope will be that he can adapt quickly to the pace and physicality of the Premier League while showing the creativity and goal threat that made Chelsea pay such a high fee for him. He does not need to be the finished product immediately. At 18, there is plenty of time for development and improvement. But if he can contribute goals and assists while showing that he belongs at this level, that would be a successful first season. For Hato, success would mean establishing himself as a reliable option in defense and showing the leadership qualities that made him captain at Ajax. His versatility means he could be valuable in different positions, and if he can help Chelsea keep more clean sheets, that would be a great start. The long-term view. Both players have been signed with the long-term future in mind. This is not about immediate impact, although that would be welcome. This is about building a core group of players who can grow together and potentially dominate English and European football for years to come. If both players can establish themselves as regular starters over the next couple of seasons, they could form part of a Chelsea team that challenges for the biggest trophies year after year. Final thoughts. Exciting times ahead for Chelsea. Chelsea fans have every reason to be excited about these two signings. Estevao Willian and Jorrel Hato represent the future of the club, and both have already shown they have what it takes to succeed at the highest level. The fact that both players are so young means they will only get better with time and experience. They are joining a club with a proud tradition of developing young talent and giving players the platform to achieve their dreams. Estevao's infectious enthusiasm and strong family values make him easy to like, while his talent on the pitch makes him exciting to watch. His journey from a basketball-loving kid in Brazil to one of Europe's most wanted players is the stuff of dreams, and he is determined to make the most of his opportunity at Chelsea. Hato's maturity and leadership qualities suggest he could become a cornerstone of Chelsea's defense for many years. His experience of captaining club and country despite his young age shows he has the character to handle whatever challenges come his way. Both signings show that Chelsea is thinking strategically rather than just trying to fix short-term problems. These are investments in the future, and if they pay off, they could define the next era of success at Stamford Bridge. The coming weeks and months will tell us a lot about how quickly both players can adapt to their new surroundings. But based on everything we have seen so far, there are plenty of reasons to be optimistic. Chelsea fans, get ready to fall in love with two more young stars who are determined to write their names into the club's history books. The future looks bright in West London, and these two players could be leading the way. Are you ready to see what Estevao and Hato can do in a Chelsea shirt? The wait is almost over, and the excitement is building. This could be the start of something very special indeed.